Hello everybody, and thank you for coming today and joining our online webinar. We will talk about Bachelor of Business Administration program. My name is Irina, and I'm representing admissions department of the International University of Monaco. And I would like to introduce you, Patrice Sargenti, Bachelor Bachelor of Business Administration, program director. And
Hello.
yeah, and one more thing, I would like to inform you that our webinar will be recorded like this. You can return to this video after the webinar even, or share with your friends or parents. So what we will discuss today, what topics are in our agenda? First of all, of course, we would like to provide you with key facts about the International University of Monaco. Then after introduce you Bachelor of Business Administration program, the general structure of the program, the most important things you have to know before to start your application. Then, of course, we will focus on some specific topics related to BBA program, as for example, study abroad period, then after career service, our career department and internship opportunities for students. Then we will discuss different activities and actually main goals of creation of our student associations. And then we will dive into details about the admission process. I would like to tell you that you can ask all questions you may have during the session. You can use this, Q&A section in the Zoom, and we will come back to you with more detailed answers. And now I would like to pass the stage to Patrice. And please, Patrice.
Thank you very much, Irina. So good afternoon, everybody. Here it's afternoon, at least here in Monaco. Good afternoon. My name is Patrice Sargenti. I am in charge of the bachelor program here at IUM. And I am going to present you a bit in details what we are and what we do here at IUM for our students. So we always start the presentation by covering the mission statement of the university. Only keywords will be highlighted today, otherwise it will be very long. The beginning of the mission statement starts with IUM educates, and we can stop here because education is one of our main goals. There are two types of higher education institutions, some research are based and some more dedicated to education. Education is the main goal of our professors, so they are here to teach in class. Of course, they do research, but the research is here to support the class. So they are happy to teach. They're happy to be in front of the students. Students just arrived this week and students everywhere. It's a real pleasure and we love it. Second keyword that I would like to highlight here is the responsible business leader. The goal of the university, particularly for the bachelor, is to take, students from high school and to prepare them and to leave the students when they are ready to be employable. So employability is important. And then shaping the profile of the students is a dual concept, integrating functional business knowledge, technical knowledge, but a lot of soft skills. That's why we speak about, shaping the profile. And part of those soft skills or implicit learning that we are going to share with the students, we definitely will speak about CSR, engagement, ethics, as well, sustainability, those concepts that for us is definitely integrated into this word, which is called responsible business leader. We have some specificity here in Monaco. Monaco is a small territory, but with a lot of high-value activity like luxury, finance services, sport management. We are going to have our specialization in line with the economy of the Principality of Monaco. So that's our specialization are the niche present in the specific company that we can find here in order to be able to interact easily with the, 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 the companies that are here around with us. Few additional keywords. First of all, we are small, but we are very, very international. It's in our name, International University of Monaco. It's in the country, because in the country of Monaco, there is more than 100 nationalities in the inhabitants. But it's a reality here in the student population of IUM, because there is a lot of different nationalities. So cross-cultural environment will foster open-mindedness, and it is definitely an element that we take into consideration while recruiting our students, and then during the journey of the students throughout our academic years, they are going to develop something a bit different than in other institutions, because it is really a melting pot here. We are applied. We have, let's say, 1/3 of our faculty which are full-time professors, 2/3 of the faculty that are researchers, practitioners, sorry. And so it's hands-on experience, a mix between theory and applications. The reality of the real world is brought to the class by the professionals, clients, maybe providers, friends, people that would like to share a bit their experience during their real life, to make the class a bit more, hands-on application and more concrete to the business world. So that's something interesting that fosters a good networking, environment with a lot of entrepreneurial spirit, trying to have the students, being a bit ahead of the theory, and trying to start, activities that are, added value activities. We are part of a group which is called Omnes Education Group, which is a big group of high school, university and higher education institutions, both in geopolitics, engineering, communication. Omnes Education is present everywhere in France, but as well at the international level. So they have campuses in London, in Spain, Switzerland, Germany, which is interesting for us, because this is places that we can use for our students. So being part of the Omnes Education is a good asset for the International University of Monaco and the mobility of the student. And finally, we are part of the Principality of Monaco, and we can say now that they are working closely with them, and then we are definitely linked to the attractiveness of the Principality of Monaco as well. The university was created in 1986. So it's quite new, quite young for a university. We are going to have our 40th birthday soon. It is a young institution, we can say that. Our bachelor are ranging, our program are ranging from the bachelor. We have specialized master, we have MBA and doctorate of business administration as well. And we are running an executive education program for professionals here to come to be certified or to follow specific courses. The student population in the university is more than 1,100 students, representing 80 different nationalities without any dominating one, which is an interesting asset. That means that the first population is French here, 20% of the students. Then we have Italian, a bit less challenging with the French because of the neighborhood, of course. But in fact, we speak English in class, we speak English in the corridor, we speak English outside class. English is really the only common denominator for all the students. So that's something which is quite interesting. Our alumni population is another big asset of the university. They are in more than 100 different countries all around the world. And IUM is a family-oriented, business where we have this connection with the students, and the connection stays after the university. So our alumni are very connected with us. They are coming back here to, testimony in class for the students about their business, their industry. They are welcoming our students in internship. And they are the first contact point for our students when they want to investigate a bit a specific country and what could be, opportunities in this country. So that's very interesting. So more than 160 faculty member, full-time professor, researcher are around 30, 40 here. And then we have more than 100, 120 practitioners coming here to teach while, being, working in the same field usually than what they are covering in class, which makes the class quite applied. Monaco is a small country, and we are used to say that Monaco is the campus of IUM students. It's 2 square kilometers. Sometimes it's even smaller than a campus in America. So here it's a principality, the campus. So there are a lot of activity here in Monaco, organized for students or, in Monaco for every, and students can attend. Students are organizing student life for students. They are organizing balls, they are organizing some charity event like No Finish Line. Olympic Games is a fundraising activity with sport, and then they are organizing trips and sport activity. As well, we have, other activity, charity club. We have society organized by the students. And finally, we have sport team. As you can see, some of them are here present. The life is really organized around the principality. It's linked to what we can see here around, which is quite pleasant and enjoyable for the students, to mention only few. The diploma are recognized by the government of the Principality of Monaco. So we have a visa recognized, and it's renewed every 5 years, and it's published in the official journal of Monaco. That makes our diploma official and recognized everywhere in the world. To continue your study after the bachelor in a master somewhere in Europe or in another country, there is no problem. And to work in your own country, wherever it is recognized. That's good. And this is the initial step for the rest of the recognition, because having a recognized diploma, then we can seek to international accreditation. And then we have two ICSB that recognizes the quality of the faculty and the research of the faculty and the pedagogy and the organization of the school in general. So the school, it's accredited with ACSB with all its diploma. And we have the AMBA accreditation, AMBA, for the MBA program, which is an additional accreditation for the placement of the students, for example, and the quality of the MBA program itself. We have been very happy to see our Master in Finance joining the Financial Times ranking last June, and we entered at the 17th position of the best Master in Finance in the world, which is quite high, to be honest, for a young and small institution like us. So we are very proud of that. This is based on quality of the pedagogy, the academic performance of the students in class and outside class, after in the job market, and as well it includes the progression of their career in 3 years. So we were, asking several cohort surveys to be able to have the data for the Master in Financial Times, or they ask on their own, of course, and they answer directly maybe to the Financial Times. But we are very happy, because this is a very, very, very good position for a Master in Finance. The educational philosophy of the International University of Monaco is usually based on these 5 pillars that you can see on the slide. Number one is to work collaboratively and in cooperation between each other. So we are here to support, team spirit. We have to have leadership, of course, and this is something that we'll develop implicitly. But we ask the students to help each other. That's very important. The population is very international. The students are coming from high school, but various high schools all over the world with their own specificity according to the country. So people will have various assets. They are maybe better in quantitative subject in some part of the world, maybe more good in communication in other part of the world. So that's something that we try to foster in the class activity in order to develop this cooperation and collaboration. There is a good balance, as mentioned, between theory and practice, because the full-time professor researchers will bring in class most recent knowledge created by them, their team, or their peers. But at the same time, we have the practitioner that will come to class with real figures of the reality of what they've done during the week with their clients. So that's something, if they are allowed to mention that, of course. So it's very interesting. And it makes the class quite applied. And that's interesting. Student population is very international, so we foster this multicultural learning with this cross-cultural environment, mutual understanding, and respect between each other. This is part of the value that we have as well. And we will try to develop, a bit of proactivity, autonomy in the student profile in order, to help them preparing themselves for long life learning process, for example. The student is at the center of the attention. We have open door policy here, so students can come and see and ask questions and seek for support whenever they want. That's one of the assets as well of the bachelor program here at the University of Monaco. This is the portfolio of programs in detail. So we are going to cover the bachelor just after, but it's a 3-year degree that we will deliver in 3 years. Next steps will be the masters. We have a lot of specialized masters, master in luxury management with 4 specialization. And one new is yachting industry. So that's something which just started this year. So it's specific and unique in the world. We have a master in finance with 4 specializations as well. Some of them include spending a short or a long period in London, and one is delivered in the form of an apprenticeship program over 2 years. And we have sport business management master specialized degree. We have a specialized degree in international management, one in sustainable innovation and management. And we have an MBA, which was ranked in the top MBA in the world, last ranking in the, what was the ranking in the, I forgot the name of the ranking. Never mind, it was 50 in the ranking. Sorry about that. And so that was a very good ranking as well for the MBA. But MBA students are a bit older. To enter the MBA student at IUM, you need to have a 3-year professional experience minimum to 5 years. Average age of the MBA last year was 33 years old. You have the name of the magazine. I forgot the name of the magazine for the ranking, Irina.
Actually, yes, once again, for our Masters in Finance, it's Financial Times, 17th place in the world ranking among the best master's program in financial sphere. And for MBA, top MBA ranking with a 50 place.
Position in
Yeah.
The Economist. Yes,
Yeah.
that was this is the name of the magazine I wanted to find back.
The Economist.
The Economist, yes. Okay, thank you, Irina. And then the last degree we have is the Doctorate of Business Administration. So it's the year 6, 7, and 8, where students will go a bit beyond applications, try to dig into theory and try to explore, in their field. It's more an executive program with professionals working there and then doing in parallel, professional life. And then they are seeking, to try to understand some problematic they identified in their life. And then sometimes they will finish, teaching as well here in class while continuing maybe doing their professional life in parallel. We are delivering some professional certification for bankers in Monaco. The regulation instrument in Monaco is called AMAF. And we have 2 certifications that we are running here for the bankers. And we are doing as well some short tailor-made executive program for top management of a big company in the world. So this is the portfolio of program. And then we are going to dig into the bachelor itself, because this is the main subject of this presentation. I hope I was not too long. Irina, do we have questions before we dig into the academic part?
Actually, yes. We have more, I would say, general questions. What about the strategic perspective of BBA program? Is it possible to continue after the graduation as a master's program, and not only in Europe, but also in United States, for example, so in North American countries?
Okay. So this question will be answered by the next slide. So I just put it on the screen. So our bachelor degree is a 3-year degree in 3 years. This is the European format, which delivers 90 US credits, or the 180 ACTS credits equivalent. This is the format of a bachelor in Europe in general, and it opens the door to masters everywhere in Europe. When you speak about America, of course, in America, there is a master program that are welcoming American bachelor degree, which are a 4-year bachelor degree. So they need 120 US credits to be able to join the master degree in the United States. That's the way it is set up in this country. So we have this option, of course, which is called here honors track. It is honors track because we are going to deliver and to have the students study up to 120 US credit instead of 90, but in the same time frame, in the 3 years. So it is open for top students that are willing to study a bit more in details, and in a more packed way. So they are going to have additional courses, second and third year. They have a compulsory additional internship, and they will have a thesis to write at the end of their academic year while doing their last internship, working with a professor online, and then coming to IUM to deliver the defense of the thesis. So it is higher, let's say, heavier, and that will open the door to master studies in the United States. That answers the question.
Yeah, thank you very much, Patrice. Thank you, and we can continue.
I continue then. So the bachelor is organized around 3 years of study. For the first year, we have two intakes. One is in September, and the second intake is in January. We originally had the January intake because we were used to welcome at that time Australian, New Zealand, South African students. And then, in fact, the January intake is another door as well that students can open when they started working, studying in September in some area, some field where something did not work and they were maybe not happy or wanted to switch. And so they won't have to wait for September. So they can join the January intake to start studying here the bachelor program. The structure of the bachelor program first year, very simple. For September intake, we'll have courses from September to April. They will have their exam end of April, beginning of May, and then they are free for an internship in the summer to start their second year in September. The January intake, it's exactly the same program that will follow exactly the same pace, but they will start early January and finish end of June with the exam late June. So it is exactly the same number of sessions, same number of week, same program. There is less breaks. We don't have a Christmas break between January and June. So we have only the February ski trip. But that's another possibility to make it up and then to become a second year September, following September. The subjects that are covered during this first year is a foundation year. It's here to try to put everybody at the same level for the first part, and then to put, the stones of the foundation to be able to go deep into businesses later on. That's why we have quite standard classes here. Economic in business, where we cover macro and micro, business and management, to try to understand how a business is working, what's the structure of a company, how it's operating. HR is how to manage people with a little psychology component, organizational behavior, and psychology in general. We have marketing, which is a discipline per se, where we are going to cover not only the marketing mix, but a bit of consumer behavior as well. Accounting, financial and managerial accounting. The first step, you will have corporate finance and additional analytical accounting concept for the other years. We have an IT class where we are going to try to dig into what should be the minimum knowledge for a business student in IT. That includes, of course, various tools like Excel, of course, but not only, and the proper use of artificial intelligence here in this class as well. Communication in the business environment will try to unlock, the capability of the students to communicate, network, speak, write to professionals. Today, when the student is coming to IUM, let's say from high school, they are not really aware of how to properly, let's say, communicate with professional people. So we need to give them some keys. They will work on their CV, they will work on how to write an email, they will work on their posting, their public speaking as well. Mathematics and statistics for business, this is important. And then finally, the last component is ethics and critical thinking, which is for us a very important class where students are going to try to challenge the news, challenge what people will think as it's real, and try to rooting it into some philosophical and ethical concept, into to project themselves in the future of the business, but becoming responsible business leader, you remember? And finally, there is a last component in blue in this slide. This last component is online courses that are delivered by the group, where we are going to dig into cybersecurity, a bit of techniques, additional artificial intelligence concept. And another one, which is a bit open, it's like an elective. Students will have to choose between different subjects linked to geopolitics or other tech as well, if they are interested. And it's delivered by the Omnes Education Group. So they will be studying with all the students of the first year of the business schools in the group, all together. That's an interesting plan. Then after the first year, students are invited to do an optional internship, either summer 1 or summer 2 after the second year, or both. That's interesting. Because having an internship signed and spending 2 to 3 months in a company over the summer, it will allow the student to start discovering different industry, different countries, different way of doing, small company, big companies, and then processes and understanding the operational of business. That's something very important. The second year, in terms of academic, is based on deepening functional knowledge and having an international experience. So during the second year, our students are going to go abroad for at least one term. The first option is the BBA2 International, where the students will live for an entire year in one or two campuses. One should be one of the Omnes campuses, but they can go either one full year in London, for example, or they spend one term in London and one term abroad, or they will go in one of our partner university, which you can see here, for one term, either in fall or in spring, and they come back to Monaco to study for the other term. It's very important for us, this international experience, in order to try to develop the knowledge of new cultures, trying to boost career opportunity, trying to strategically align this second year abroad with the goal of the students, the goal they will have developed with our career coach, for example, in order to maybe investigate in the country where they would like to work in the future, trying to understand if this country and its culture with something that matches with their own, let's say, culture, to see if they want to work there and maybe to find already an internship there being present in the right place. This is quite interesting. And then during the second year, they will come back to IUM to study. And after that, they will come for the third year. And during the third year, they will have to choose a specialization. The third year is structured around two terms. One term, specialization, where we will have courses about either global business management or communication, luxury marketing, sales and services, sport business management, international finance, digital business development, luxury, tourism, and hospitality. This is specialization that they will have to choose. They have to choose only one. They will have specialized courses in fall from September to December. And then the concept is to go to work in an internship 4 to 6 months from January to June in order to, in the field of the specialization. So they can confirm that, yes, this is an interesting industry or a field of activity where I would like to work. I can apply what I learned in the specialization, and then I can confirm to choose my master adequately that I like, and I think I am going to be very performant in this type of activity. Then there is another one, as you can see below, the apprenticeship program. It's called Monaco Banking and Financial Services. It is a one full year of study work program, we call it apprenticeship. They will work 3 days per week in a bank in Monaco and study 2 days per week. There is a selectivity, of course, to be able to enter to this program. Will be selected by us at the academic level and then selected by the bank to join their company to work. They are going to be paid, employee, full-time employee in the bank. And on the same times, they are going to be, the tuition fees are going to be paid by the bank. So that's a win-win program, of course, for the students that are willing to pursue a career in finance. This is the overall vision of the program. To have a clear vision and to try to remember things, we have two intake, either in September or in January. But in both cases, students will converge and finish during the summer, passing a second year by doing maybe an optional internship. During the second year, students will go abroad, either one full year or one term. Then the other term, they will come back to IUM. And during the third year, after a second optional internship, they will do, a specialization term and an internship in this specific specialization. And we have this apprenticeship program, which is very specific. So that was the global vision of the academic journey of the program. Just to finish before we switch to another subject, is that, as you can see, the organization of the studies here at IUM includes a lot of hands-on experience. Summer optional internship during the first 2 years, one compulsory internship at the end of the bachelor. You can do a bridge internship between the bachelor and the master if you continue with us at the master, and then you finish your master with a compulsory internship as well. So the possibility of having 5 internships during your studies here at IUM. 5 internship is the opportunity to dig into 5 different maybe type of industry or type of company or countries as well, in order to try to widen a bit your perspective and to be sure about what you want to do. And all that will allow the students to add lines on their CV, because we know that from the beginning, the CV of a high school student is not super full. And then adding lines helps the students then to go next step after, for their employability. So this is what I wanted to share with you for the academic part. Before I let the floor to Irina for some of the services we will offer to the students, I will just ask you, do we have a question, Irina?
Yes, actually, I try also to be engaged in this non-stop answering, but I can summarize that we have a lot of questions regarding, first of all, what is the difference, what is the difference between fall and the spring intakes? Do students follow different programs?
It is exactly the same. So as I mentioned, the September intake will start in September, having those 9 classes plus the online classes, and they finish in April. The other one will start in January, and they will have exactly the same classes in exactly the same order. There is no less subject. It's exactly the same syllabus, and then they finish end of June. There is less break. That's the difference. They will have time to go back home in Christmas time, but here they will start early, January, and they finish end of June. And the time frame is it fits with exactly the same number of classes.
Then after, of course, a lot of questions regarding our requirements to academic background, academic results, and different types of diploma. So maybe a few words and
Small
then
summary.
yeah.
So that's a big subject, because there is a lot of country around the world, and we are welcoming a lot of students from those countries, and they have all their own national degree or national certification to conclude their high school degree. So globally, we like to have students that have good grade in general, and this is the standard of our profile. To mention, international norms, We can mention IB diploma. This is the kind of diploma that we welcome very happily. And the average grades of our students that have an IB diploma that are applying to IUM is around 33, something like that. So to give you an idea about the grades of our IUM students. But that does not mean that if a student that comes with a 29 in the IB, I will refuse it. We will analyze the file. And we look on one side at the grade, but we look as well at the student's profile. We look at their open-mindedness, we look at their entrepreneurship spirit, and how engaged the students can be for their student life here at IUM or for the entrepreneurship club, things that we do here. So the profile of the students has a weight in the grade. Of course, we welcome students with good grades. That's sure and that's clear. But we are analyzing all the files. If we speak about French baccalaureate, if we have some French students here, we like to have students which have a little mention, some honors. So that means minimum 12. And to be honest, we rarely have students that have, less than 12 or 12. We have always good grades. But sometimes it occurs that we have students which, because there is a specific reason, because they are sport elite athlete, that's something that maybe we can speak about just after. They may need that had so many times. We have students that relocated and started learning or having class in another language. They had to learn the language on top of doing this academic life. And examples of things that we take into consideration. So it's a file-based application process, as Irina will explain at the end of the presentation today. That means that we are looking at the file. We are looking at the profile of the students. We don't look only at the grade of the students. And on the contrary, I refused already in the past very, very good students. But we, with the interviewer and the jury, I identified that maybe the profile was not the matching profile for IUM. And then, even if it is a super nice academic profile, maybe the rest of the profile was not matching, and then we refused. So it's a file-based approach. That means that it's individualized, and we will take case by case each profile that we are looking for.
Thank you, Patrice. And maybe one more question before we pass to the career center activities. So could you please give some general ideas how daily schedule, daily timetable looks like, and what is the
Yes.
general structure of, I would say, academic structure for students?
Yes.
Yeah.
As maybe you saw for the in the maybe I put it back one sec. Up, up. Here, these are the classes of the first year. It's 10 classes. Basically, each class is 2 hours in class per week. So there are here 9 black lines, which are the in-class class, and then we have 2 additional lines in the blue line, which are the online courses. So the class, the 9 courses, will be organized around 2 hours in-class session from Monday to Saturday, because we are open on Saturday. Usually, so that brings 18 hours of class in class. 18 hours is not too heavy, but it is, usually flipped class. That means that we have at least the same amount of personal work required during the week. There is always 2 half-day free, and then sometimes you may start at 8:30, finish at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or you may come at 2 and then finish at 7:30 in the evening, because we have classes that are running from 8:30 to 7:30 in the evening. And there are classes as well on Saturday morning from 8:30 to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So this is the organization. So as a first year student, if you come to IUM, you will have 18 hours of class, usually organized around 4 days per week, with a maximum of 6 hours of class per day. A maximum. We need to go to 18, so it's possible that one day you come for 2 or 4 hours, and the other day you don't have course in the afternoon, for example. Is it clear?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Patrice. And maybe one more question, also related to organizational process. So, what we can what we can offer to professional athletes, how we can adapt to their
Yes.
not easy life.
Yeah, no, the professional athletes are very welcome, and it's part of the activity, of course, of Monaco, with all these, sports area where people can train. And we have students that are coming to Monaco to train because they can come to study at IUM. And we have a kind of agreement with the principality. We develop this sport athlete profile. Sport athlete, it's a group of students that are professional sport, that are athletes, and they are competing in whatever sport they have. We have high jumper. We just have our world champion of sky jumping, were champion last week. So congratulations, Tom. These guys are training a lot, and in fact, they are training a lot and they are studying a lot because they have been, grown in a mindset that is very strict and very well organized. We have swimmers, we have jumpers, horse jumpers, a lot of sportive. We have runners, athletes. So we have a special program for them in order to try to take into account the specificity of their sport, the specificity of their life, and the constraint they have. So we are here to support. It's a small group, and those students have a buddy program. So they have in class, whatever class they have, they will have one student that is willing to support the sport. So they are following the students class by class and then giving support. Then we have as well a specific, let's say, agreement possible for exams. So those students will be allowed to miss class. The attendance policy will be a bit specific for them, and to have additional, schedule for eventually making up an exam or passing an exam if they are not available during the exam week. So it's a kind of a special, let's say, contract that we have with those students. On one side, we give them flexibility, and on the other side, they are very serious, and then it's working very well.
Thank you very much, Patrice. So, guys, I see a lot of questions regarding application process, then career center, and related things. So we will discuss it right now in the process of our presentation. So, yeah, we can start with the career center. So, of course, we have a lot of international students, not only international but local as well. And we understand that our students, they may need different kind of support and helps. So I would say one of the most important services for students is career department. Why? Because actually all our colleagues working in career service, they are focused on professional skills development and your future career development and building and development. Why? They will stay in permanent contact with you, with all of our students. First of all, to help you to start maybe create or maybe update your personal brand in the job market. So they will of course, using different instruments and methods, events as well. They will help you to create your professional CV, to manage your professional, social media platforms. You will have different workshops helping you to pass interview, and then, of course, to give you some ideas how you can start and where you can find potential internship, or maybe for some of you first job offer. You can see on this slide different kind of activities organized by career department, but actually we can summarize that all of these activities are devoted to three main pillars. First of all, development of your personal brand and professional skills, then development of your professional network and professional connections, and then, of course, your future career First of all, your future internship, and then your future career and your first job offer. So we have in the career center team, we have not only our permanent colleagues, but also a lot of external experts. So you will meet as well professional coaches, professional headhunters, and other representatives of big companies working in HR spheres. Yeah. I already received a lot of questions, and you are asking how university can help to find internship. So, first of all, only you as individual and autonomous students are responsible for your future internship and your future career. But of course, we will create the platform and all conditions fostering and dynamizing actually your professional network and creating different opportunities to help you find the right contacts and actually finally find internship. Then I will answer for different questions regarding the geography of internship. So first of all, you are not limited by Monaco, of course. You can look for the internship not only in Monaco, but in other European countries. And not only European, you can also, of course, for the internship, come back to your country of origins and find some suitable for you partners and companies welcoming you and actually start the internship there. Regarding some limits, of course, for international students, there are limitations related to visa type, visa status, and then we have in Monaco, we have age limit for the internship. It's only possible up to 27 years. Yeah, after 27 years, it's not possible to get an internship in Monaco only. Patrice, how do you think? Is it possible to combine part-time job and classes during the first year, for example? Is it possible or?
The part-time jobs should be a bit flexible. So we have student type job that sometimes allow the student to have specific let's say hours of working and a bit flexible because sometimes the schedule, if a professor, for example, has a conference and then has to come back a bit later, the class will be a bit postponed. Or we have additional speakers that comes. We are going to the Conseil National next month. It is additional to the course. It's required. So you need to be a bit flexible with your work. But yes, with 18 hours of study in class, and then with maybe personal work that you can do during the week or during the weekend at your pace, there is time to have a part-time job, but it should be flexible. It should be student job.
Thank you, Patrice. So we can continue. As you already understood, actually, it's non-stop activities provided by our career department. And of course, during the year, you will have some kind of iconic events. And you can see one of example of such a kind of event. For example, career week. It means that during 3-4 days, it depends, the university will host and welcome on campus different partners, companies collaborating with the university. And it's like a big business conference with diversified agenda and different activities, such round tables, presentations, then, of course, business speed dating sessions. And for students, maybe most important, it's like a non-stop one-to-one meeting and interview to find potential interns. Of course, before these activities, we will organize pre-selection of CV and matchmaking of students and companies to select best candidates for open positions. Yeah. You can see some a small part of our portfolio. So we have really a huge portfolio, partners portfolio. Different companies are cooperating with the university, and now also due to our alumni network as well. We have a lot of our ex-students working in different companies in different countries. And actually, you will also have an access to the alumni database, and after the graduation, you will be join the alumni community. It's just a small list, not long list of our partners, just to give you some ideas. We already received a couple of questions regarding placement rate, etc. But I would say that based on the research organized by our career department, 90% of graduated students, they usually find the job during 6 months after the graduation. Then after, of course, there are some cases of own business projects launch, and also up to 1/3 of our bachelor after the graduation, they prefer to continue the study, and they join different master's program. Yeah.
This
So
one we saw.
Yeah, so it's maybe also we have a couple of questions regarding extracurricular activities and what we can offer for athlete as well, not only professional but amateur. So we have a lot of activities to offer for you. The association, the student association, like community of students for students, they have 4 main spheres of their activities. You can see sport, then some specific clubs and societies focused on different spheres. Then, of course, travel and communications with external partners and charity. For the moment, we have more than 9 sport clubs. We have 4 business clubs, like luxury community, financial club, then entrepreneurial community, and you can choose which organization you would like to join. During the induction week, usually we have presentation held by student association. They explain in details, and you can choose what do you want to do during the year. Yeah, but they are very proactive. It's non-stop. Okay, and now I would like to provide you with more detailed information regarding the application procedure, and I will answer for different questions I have. So first of all, the application procedure is completely online. You can start the application on the university website. You can see now our address. To start the application, you have to prepare the list of necessary documents, and the most important are following. First of all, high school diploma, if you already get it. If not, if you will start the application before the graduation and during, for example, your final school year, so in this case, and anyway, in all of cases, you have to provide official transcript for the last 2 years of study. Like this, we can see your academic results, your progress, and how you develop, etc. Then, of course, we would like to see what is your English level proficiency. And in this case, there are 3 scenarios. First of all, you can be native speakers. So for you, everything is clear. You don't need any proof. Then we have a lot of students studying in international schools in English. So in case if you study as minimum 3 years in English, in this case, you can waive English test, and for you don't necessary to provide specific certificates. Then the third possible scenario, you can have already some specific English proficiency certification. The IUM accepts 3 types of certificates. You can see on the screen, these are TOEFL, IELTS, and Cambridge. But sometimes also we can meet the situation when applicants doesn't meet any of above mentioned criteria. In this case, we can organize a combined interview. It means that during the motivational interview, you will have 2 parts. The first one devoted to your actually motivation, and the second one part, the English test held by one of IUM professor. So we will assess your skills ourselves, okay, with one of our accredited professor. And of course, we will need your motivational letter, your CV, especially in cases when you had, for example, gap years, or you changed the educational establishments, or some specific cases in your biography. So please add CV. And all documents identifying you as, for example, passport, ID card, and digital photo. Once we receive the profile validated by you, to validate the profile, it's necessary to pay application fee, 70 euro for bachelor program. And once you upload all necessary documents, we will receive your profile, we will check everything. If it's okay, from the point of view of documents, we will pass to the second stage, motivational interview. And the third and the last stage of admission process will be admission jury. Actually, I would say that the whole procedure from A to Z could take up to 15 days in case if we have a complete profile and we don't wait for additional documents from your side. Actually, I think that I answered all questions I already get from you. And now we have a block regarding different financial aspects, financial issues. First of all, tuition fee. You can see that for the fall 25 and spring 26 intake, the tuition fee per year is 14,500 euro. You can pay, it depends on chosen by you payment method. So you can pay by only one bank transfer, or you can pay by 7 different installments on monthly basis. But in this case, of course, there are some extra administrative fee, 5%. We have questions regarding scholarship, so let me comment. the IUM doesn't offer any specific kind of scholarship, as for example, scholarship for athlete, professional athlete, or some other kind of scholarship, but we have unique format of scholarship you can apply for. It's a merit-based scholarship that could potentially cover up to 10-15% of tuition fee. And this scholarship could be awarded only once for the first year of your study on the program. Yeah. Okay. And also, also there is a very interesting question. How many times can I apply for the university? So,
You apply once normally, and then your name stay in the record. So the next time you apply, so normally you can appeal for the jury decision and then start another round. We have students that can do a second interview because maybe sometimes the interview went bad, but then normally you apply only once per year.
thank you, Patrice. Actually, of course, you can apply several times, but we hope you will do it only once. And then after, I have a couple of questions. It's possible, it's possible, first of all, to change the intake you would like to join. For example, you can apply for September intake, and then after, due to some circumstances, for example, visa refusal or more long period to get the visa acceptance, you can defer, you can postpone, and the postponement is possible only once. If you would like to postpone for the season coming 1 year later, or it's possible to postpone twice if you change the intake on 1/2 year basis. I mean, you can postpone from fall to spring and from spring to fall. And then after that's all, you have to reapply in case you may need it. And regarding transfers, yes, it's possible. You can also apply for the transfer on second or third year. In this case, of course, the requirements will be different because you have to validate for the second year 60 European credits, for the third year 120 ECTS credits, and then of course you have to validate the coherence between programs, I mean of another university and IUM. So it's a little bit more complicated process because we have to compare, to validate your skills, and then to compare and to validate different programs.
Yes, and if I may add, you can join as a transfer student in September only.
Only in September, yes, yes. Thank you, Patrice. I just would like to have a look for the list of questions. Okay, we have questions regarding the possibility to learn foreign languages.
Yes, it's not mentioned in the presentation, you're right. Yeah, of course, we have foreign languages courses that can start at the beginner level as well. We have 5 languages that you can learn here at IUM. We have French, Italian, Spanish, Russian, and Mandarin. That's the languages you can start or you can improve because we have several levels. It's open to all students, no additional tuition fees. It brings extra credit to the transcript. And what is interesting is that it is across programs. That means that you may be in a French beginner course as a first year student with maybe an MBA professional coming, and being as a beginner in French as well. As you know, I mentioned French because, of course, French is the languages that we are teaching the most here at IUM. It's not required to speak French to study here at IUM, but it is a bit welcome as far as you are, living in France, around, speaking a bit of French helps, in your daily life.
Yeah, of course. So I have a couple of questions regarding different deadlines. Maybe I can comment. So regarding the application, as I already mentioned, the application is completely online, and usually we open the online application platform for the fall intake 1 year before the intake. For example, um, for the September, for the fall 26, we will open the application platform in the late October 25. In 1 month, you can already start the application for September 26. For January intake, actually for January intake, you can start the application in June, 1/2 a year before. So the difference is around 6 months. Yeah.
Just to ensure it's clear, uh, you mean that means that you are in your 12th grade in terminal or in your last year of high school. You are currently a student in high school. You apply during your high school year, okay, and we will base our let's say evaluation on your transcript from the previous years. And then, of course, the requirement will be to succeed in your diploma, high school diploma, but we would have based, our admission criteria based on your current profile, being a high school student. You don't need to wait for being graduated to apply. It will be really too late for us.
Yes, sure. As we discussed, you have your transcript, and you don't need to wait for the final exams, diploma, and graduation ceremony. Of course, it's clear you will start the application much more earlier before the graduation, before the final exams. So in this case, you will provide the transcripts, detailed, official, for 2 years, and after the exams, you will provide us with final exam results, and then after with your diploma, because the main requirements to join the classes is to provide the high school diploma. So we will ask you, and even we will ask you not only digital, but a physical original paper format to join classes in September or in January. It depends. And I think that also we didn't discuss all these issues related to housing and the daily routine. So
Yes, housing. It's interesting. So, as you know, Monaco is located between Nice and Menton or Italy, and our students are living, all around the Riviera. A lot of them choose to live at a walking distance of IUM because we have the chance of having French cities around the school. One is called Beausoleil on the north, Cap d'Aille on the east, and Roquebrune on the west. And in fact, you can walk from those countries down to the university or take the bus. It's quite easy to commute. There is as well another good option if you want to pay a bit less. Your housing is to take the train because the university is very close to the train station here in Monaco. And in fact, we are just in front of one of the exit of the train station. So you can live in Nice, for example, and commute every day. And our Italians that are living over the board, across the border here, are coming directly from Italy by train, and then we are at the exit of the station. So that's another opportunity. Basically, what you have to remember is that the closer you will go to Monaco, the more expensive it will be. So that's why it's important to have a clear vision of that. In Monaco, the country itself, the rents are not regulated, so it's not really a place where our students live. Our students are really living around in the French or Italian territory.
yeah, exactly. And to summarize, just yes, I would like to add that we have our amazing colleagues from Student Services Department, and of course, they will provide you with informational support, how to find, how to start, how to check agencies and landlords. And also we have now we have a WhatsApp group. It calls housing, and on daily basis, our colleagues they put different offers from different partners, so you can also choose something and look for roommates. So you are not alone in this process. We will support you with informational support, of course. So the last one may be question, the last but not least. So our participants would like to know how they can find this recording. After the webinar, I think tomorrow we will send an email with the link to the webinar records, and like this you can come back or maybe share with your parents, friends, other interested people. And even now you can, of course, visit all our social media, and I would like to tell you that on YouTube and TikTok already you can find a lot of useful video and with tips regarding different topics and maybe testimonials of students, recommendations of alumni, etc., etc. So don't hesitate to visit our media platform to get to have more information. And if Patrice could come back one slide, about one, yes, for the previous slide. So I invite you to join us for offline events. You can see we will have open days on campus, so you can come visit the school, meet Patrice, speak with other professors, and just to feel a little bit the atmosphere of the university. So you can keep these dates, 11th of October and 29th of November. We will be glad to welcome you on campus. Thank you very much once again for joining us, and hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you very much. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for all the questions. That was very insightful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.